I'm Elettra, and this is my COARSEN CAPSULE. I'm originally from Italy, and my artistic medium is dance, movement. I've also grown an interest in screen dance, so playing with how movement can be portrayed different on the screen. And actually right now I'm in the process of creating the first theater piece. Playing with those tension of how movement gets portrayed on video and how movement gets portrayed on stage. I think it's two different things, and it's nice to be able to play with both. And I'm really interested in contemporary dance, but recently I've also started to train on heels and commercial. I tend to portray or work on something that relates to what I'm living and what I am feeling in a certain time of the year. So recently I've played a lot with exploring my sexuality and my femininity. I think especially during the lockdown has been something that I felt a need to express it and to work on it. I don't know, spending a lot of time at home, mainly in PJs during COVID, it made me feel like I was losing that touch with myself and my femininity. Yeah, and that's also why I actually started to train on heels, to feel sexy and powerful and embracing myself again. And then on the other side, I also like to express the vulnerable side of things. I think that there are two main things that stuck with me for a very long time. And one is feeling physically weak. I had a lot of injuries throughout the years. Another big thing that always played with me was the feeling of rejection. Not being enough, not looking a certain way, and accepting that sometimes you're not gonna get the job. And that feeling of rejection has been a big obstacle, a big trauma. I think to all my love started from a place where I felt this need of needing to express something, and that was very much about body image and not recognizing yourself, but then also looking at the beauty in front of you and be like, I love myself and I accept who I am. We forget, we go on and on about our days, and we forget that we actually have a beautiful temple that we need to take care of. And in this beautiful temple, there is also a big part that is your sexuality and how you play with that, or how you don't play with that, or how do you affirm that, or how you don't want to affirm that. Feeling vulnerable, but also feeling very strong. Feeling very fragile, but also feeling very empowered. So all of this contrast, I feel like they are definitely part of the piece. I had this feeling that I didn't want to go in the space and just be like, okay, we're doing this and it has to be this way. I kind of really thought about the people that were in the space and what they were bringing and who are they? What are their journeys? What are their stories? How did they came here? It's a lot about personal journeys, things that pile up along the way, but also how we can find strength and solidarity by being together. So I think my artistic process always starts from images. I have a strong visual imagery reaction. So whenever I see something that is visual, I'm like, oh, this, yes, and it gives me something. So I always create a mood board whenever I need to create a dance piece or a video, whatever it is. I start from images, and then I kind of start to think, okay, what is in that image? What is the emotion? What is the feeling? What are the colors? What sound is it portraying? And that's where the ideas start coming up. And then I always start from a place of improvisation, so improvisation plays a big role in my practice. So I will get into the studio and start improvising by myself or with the dancers. And then I will record the movement, the improvisation. And then I will just leave it there. And after a while, I will go back to the videos and be like, okay, I like this moment. Oh, I like this moment. Okay, how can I put this together? And that's how I like to create. And I like to give space for the other dancers to also be like, okay, these are the tools, but now let's see how you play with them. It's been a very interesting journey because actually I only worked with one dancer before. And I met the girls all in different circumstances. Like some of them while we were party, other at dance classes, other like in the street. Like honestly, it's been so random. And then it just came up to me. I was like, yeah, I want these 5 dancers. And I already knew that it was gonna be them 5. And they didn't know each other either. So that's been a very interesting thing because they are now growing a relationship, a friendship, and connecting to each other. And that's kind of the space I wanted to create. I always feel like I want to create a space where people feel like they're a family, and it's this sisterhood energy that we bring with that. And I think it's been beautiful. Like now I look at them and it looks like they've known each other for like 5 years, but they actually met in February. And I'm like, what? And then I also tend to think about the quality that they have. So I saw all them dancing before, and I was like trying to think, okay, someone has more of a watery energy, someone else has more of a fire energy, earthy, air energy, and bring different elements from all of them. And I like how, each of them really brought a different stories, a different background. What I'm hoping for them to take away is to have the opportunity to finally be on stage and be themselves and express some emotions and feelings that they can unravel, they can let go of, but also to don't be afraid of being fragile on stage and use that to their advantage, to don't hold back to their emotions, but to own their emotions, to have a great time, to be together, but also enjoying being alone. So the piece is called To Hold My Love. I've decided to make it now because I had this feeling that there were a lot of emotions and things that I needed to get out of myself, and that's kind of the place where I like to make work, when I have something to say, where I feel like I went through an experience, a trauma, or a celebration of something. That's where To Hold My Love comes from. A place where I was asking myself a lot of questions, where I wanted to express something that was in me, and that to do with my sexuality, my femininity, the feeling of rejections, of not being the right fit for the right work, to also be, okay, fuck that. I am who I am and I love myself. I love my body and I'm gonna celebrate my body every day. So we are currently on R&D for To Hold My Love, and we have the premiere of the piece on the 30th of May 2022 at the Place Theatre. We had this amazing opportunity to be part of Resolution Festival, which is a festival that the Place runs every year. And after that, we are hoping and aiming to get some art funding to travel to Sardinia to keep developing the piece and hopefully turn it into screen dance as well. So to get a footage of it in nature, which will be a completely transformation for the piece. So this is something that one of the dancers, Jacquelyn, wrote during the process of creation for To Hold My Love. The intensity through which women are able to move through emotions is astounding, exhausting, inspiring, all-encompassing, beautiful, and mind-blowing. It's kind of funny, actually. Moods of the sea change quickly like me.